Hello everyone, TLSG here, back again with another daily Marvel Snap live stream. So thank you everyone that jumped in early. I hope that you guys had a great weekend. Today we're going to be playing a little bit more of the deck that we featured earlier today on today's video, the Destruction Patriot deck list that was suggested by Jeremiah or Soul Knife in game. Thank you everyone that jumped in early. We have Astros, we have Alexander. We have Ice Knight, I see Jimmy Price, Harry, Todd English, Harry, in case I didn't say your name, Just Airy, Jeremiah, Q, and Umais. Hey, how's it going? I hope that you guys had a great weekend, and I hope that you guys had a great start to your week so far. It's been pretty busy at work with being out for a couple days yesterday, and then Ahmad, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day. With being out a couple of days last week, we've had a pretty busy start to our day so far, but it's been good nonetheless. And then Jeremiah, yeah, we did reach with the gifted subs on Friday. We finally got the one additional emote. I want to work on the visibility. It's really hard to read it right now, so I want to change the colors around to make it really stand out. But we do have the one more emoji. At least for now. And then Ryokami, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day. And then Ice Knight, oh, the queue already started before I could even go get my tablet off. I'm sorry, Ice Knight. I didn't realize you were wanting to try and queue up against us. You'll be able to try and catch us next time. And then Harry, how's it going? Then Jex, watched all the videos on YouTube. Glad to finally catch a stream. Hey Jex, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that you're enjoying the YouTube videos, and I'm glad you were able to catch us live. We are going to have the brand new card with the new season pass tomorrow, so that should be an interesting one. I'm excited to see exactly what comes out. I know that there's been some rumors, but that can always change. So I'm interested to see what comes out. And then Ice Knight, I will try and fail and play dry. That seems to be how it works. During our lunch live stream, we queue up against just a handful of very specific people, where we have a whole bunch of people trying to queue up together, and so then the same few seem to match up to each other quite often. My most wanted card is Patriot. Umais, hopefully you get it soon. I didn't think I was going to enjoy Patriot whenever I first unlocked him, but here we are building probably our third or fourth Patriot list, and overall, I think it, for the most part, feels a little bit more consistent than a Cerebro. Cerebro, you can get a little bit more of a surprise element, but either way, I think both have their place. Ooh, and so we do have the Patriot Mystique. We don't have. We don't have magic, so do we go ahead and start throwing them on the board? Oh, not there. We want to throw it in mid. Do we split our power? Because that's going to be 8 triggers from Patriot. We could have 16 power here, 16 power here. So I don't know if we want to go ahead and throw him into the Citadel this turn, or if we want to wait. My most wanted card is Mystique. So many decks get enabled by it. Yeah, it was difficult to have Mystique as our very last card. With what they announced in the roadmap. I did play Patriot last. With what they released in the roadmap, the tokens that they're going to be releasing should help kind of pinpoint some of those really highly wanted cards. And then Christy, 2 more weeks until global launch. Yeah, we have 2 weeks, the 18th. I don't think you'll be able to get more triggers unless you play Patriot now. Yeah, we would have to rely on just having two cards on the board with the Misty Knight and the Wasp. But now we can do the Mystique, we can do Squirrel Girl, which is going to put a token here and here. Do we put Wasp in mid and try to win that location as well? If you get card that's below 3 cost, you can play it with Mystique. Yeah. Nope. So the Patriot was the right play. I like to have it as like an element of surprise. You think play it left? We're gonna have the squirrel token that goes over there for about 16 power. Oh well, if they played, okay, you're right. If they play magic, that'll leave the middle location a space open for our onslaught. Yep, you are right. And so yeah, I think this is how we'll play it. We have a good chance to win left and right if they don't use magic. If they do, they would most likely change this one. This will leave us a space open so that we can get the same bonus as we have now. Jeremiah is the master of this deck. Yep, he is the one that created it, and so he does. Ooh, they did not. We end up losing, right? Do we lose because of that? No, we can come over their power on the left side, right? Just barely. Oh no, we lose. We lose still in Monster Metropolis. But with how I wanted to play it, we would have lost anyways. Had Wasp been in middle, we would have won mid, but lost left. Oof. Okay, so let's update our... Yeah, we would have lost either way. The Killmonger was not something that we were anticipating. So we'll start -2. Shame, there was no win path. Yeah, not with the Killmonger. Had we anticipated the Killmonger? Maybe. But without extending the game, being able to play both Patriot Mystique and Misty Knight on the very last turn, it became pretty difficult. I usually leave my T6 drop as Patriot Mystique or Onslaught. Yeah, I really like that playline, Todd, because then it's that element of surprise. They don't have that turn to react to it, and so then even if they do have an Enchantress, it's hard for them to target it because we have to have initiative going into that last turn. So that's my ideal play line for the Patriot, is to kind of drop it as a surprise. That way they don't see it coming. And so here we do have several of our token cards. Todd English, starting our week off the right way. Thank you so much, Todd. Your Wong-going train should come through in just a second. Hopefully.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Is it only going to go once? That's not. It's not going off for anyone else, right?
Hey, welcome.
Okay, there we go.
Long enough.
There we go. We have a couple more. Maybe the Wong-going train will start soon. Thank you.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
There's the Wong-going train. We should see it about 18 more times.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Thank you so much, Todd. As always, the support is very much appreciated.
It took you long enough. Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
People have to claim them, so you have to select that
hey,
you can.
Welcome. It took you long enough.
That you're open for the gift. But after that, I think it should auto allow it, right? So I think we're gonna do our Carnage this turn. Next turn we will do Debris, and then we can do a Venom in this same lane to wipe this one. That gives us a really big Venom. We also have a couple of tokens on the board. And so 20 gifted subs from Todd. Thank you so much. If you did just receive one of the gifted subscriptions, if you refresh your stream, you now have the Wong emote. You have all of our emojis that we're continually adding to, and so definitely jump in and check those out if you did just receive a membership. So I almost think we might. Debris in mid, possibly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jeremiah. And then I was waiting for Pilk's super chat to come through.
I play Green Goblin, ha 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 ha.
Thank you, Pilk, for the super chat. I always look forward to hearing what the text to speech ends up saying. But I think Debris in mid, we can eat this lane with a Venom. As long as they don't cap it out this turn, we'll be able to do Wasp and Venom next turn. To get the free 6-cost card. Maybe we can get something like an okay, never mind. They get the free 6-cost card.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Hey, there's another Wong-going coming through. I think as the rest of the subscriptions get claimed, we should see the rest of the Wong emotes come through.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
So they get the free 6-cost card, but they do cap this one out. I'm curious. I'm curious what they're running. I guess we'll see. Is it Cerebro 2? It might be. It might be a Cerebro 2 with just
welcome.
one.
It took you long enough.
With just one discard trigger. But the Morbius seems kind of strange.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Here we go. The ongoing train continues.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
So the Morbius got the Wakanda Embassy buff. I think we go ahead and eat the middle location.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
We can. Yeah, we have the Wong ongoing train. I always love seeing how long that goes on. I'm glad it didn't break today, Todd. I was really sad with Fridays how it broke and it only triggered a handful of times. So thank you again for the support. It's absolutely phenomenal. So we did do Venom in mid. We now have 2 tokens on the right. We have 1 token mid. We can extend the game. We don't have our Patriot, Mystique, Onslaught. We don't have any of those pieces just yet. But I think we extend the game on the left-hand side. They've already claimed the raft. That way, at least it spreads our power out just a little bit. They still may not necessarily know that we're running a Patriot. Ralph Lee, how's it going? I'm glad you were able to jump in and join us today. We started off the game. We started off the stream with negative cubes, but a very positive vibe.
I play Hobgoblin, ha 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 ha.
Sending the goblins our way, Pilk. Thank you again for the super chat. That's a pretty big raft card that they were able to get there. And we don't draw into any of our pieces. They have a pretty low hand here, pretty low power here. Do we go ahead and play our cards? And then, I mean, I don't know that that's going to do it. Yeah, it looks like but it, even as a Hella deck, it's still strange. I think we play our cards if we. This has to be a draft deck. It might be with the Collector, with the Brood, the Moon Knight, the Morbius. I don't know. We're gonna cap out these 2 lanes because they've capped out theirs. If we get Patriot, maybe we can find the upside, but most likely I think this is gonna be a retreat. That's Onslaught. Not the combo piece we needed. And no, Morbin on you. We've played them several times. They're not a bot as far as I know. That one is tough. That one's a tough one. We are going to retreat. We had no win condition. We didn't draw into our Patriot or our Onslaught. And I saw it suggested in the comment section that maybe we add in Adam Warlock into one of the slots to kind of help with that potential draw line. I don't know what we would sub it out for necessarily. But it may be something that I try out at some point. Then Melee Waluigi, never mind, it's not a draft deck. They had several discard cards, so I think they had some kind of synergy, but we still got beat by it.
Hey,
Ooh,
welcome.
Mice.
It took you long enough.
Ooh, Mice, I know that you said you weren't able to get subscriptions in your region, but it looks like you were able to get one of the gifted ones, so I know that you've wanted the emotes and the membership for a while, so congratulations. I'm glad that you were able to finally grab one. If you go Warlock, it's better to lean away from the... Okay. And then there just isn't enough room to support both angles. So what about would an Angel be something that would be worthwhile? So if we added it in and then we have our early destruction with like a Hood and Carnage, some of the games we could pull it out and thin our deck by 1. But that of course would take away from the token piece, but it might help thin the deck in some cases. I don't know how it would perform over the long run, but I think it'd be worth maybe testing out. Hey Haki, how's it going? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. I saw that you were the first comment on today's video. It was incredibly quick. Like I uploaded it, had time to refresh it, and then there you were. And so you were in there right away. So I think we go with just our Carnage this turn. And we might also do our demon because we want to try to compete for Asgard. We do have Misty Knight, which would be our turn 7 drop along with the Patriot and Mystique. So we might as well try to push a little bit of power into Asgard. That would almost guarantee that we are able to get our combo pieces off. If you went Angel, I'd replace Misty. That way they're both 1 costs.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Might be worth trying out. I'll test it out to see if maybe that draw helps or if maybe it might hinder us more than it helps, though. Progeny.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
We still have the Wong going train going. Progenito, I was able to get the sub from my region, so I'm happy. You weren't able to get the sub from your region, so you're happy for the gift. Hey, congratulations for you as well. They still aren't. I used I used a VPN to make it work. Umais, that's commitment. That's above and beyond. Thank you so much. Thank you for. I guess just you're here all the time. So I'm glad that you were able to get one. Now enjoy those emotes. Pilk, went to start my first shift at a new. Oh, they canceled my shifts this week without telling me. Spent 1 hour getting to work just to go home. Ah, Pilk, that's not a great start to the. That's not a great start. Hopefully it picks up from there. Hopefully it picks up from there, and that the new job does treat you well. So I'm gonna go with the Squirrel Girl and Venom in mid. Turns 1 through 4 is kind of our flex turns. After that, it becomes pretty rigid, pretty structured. At that point, we want to drop Magic on 5, Onslaught on 6, Patriot and Mystique on 7. And so with one card left in our, what is he playing? An ongoing deck list. So he may be running a Wong and a Spectrum. A Wong and a Spectrum buff that he's going to drop in Asgard late game. I tried to focus on Asgard. Yeah, we got really lucky that they didn't push for the Asgard location. Patriot's chilling at the very bottom of the deck. Yeah, he's not wanting to see play today, but we're gonna make it happen. So we can't play there because of the Goose. We can change the Asgard lane. That leaves us 3 spaces to play our full combo here. And then we'll have a token that we can play here and a token that we can play over here. So I think this is definitely a snap. I think even if they hit like the really high roll, I think we can probably push more power than they can. So let's go with the magic play. I expect a Wong. Oh, okay.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
So they do the Wong in mid. So they don't have space for like a Mystique to really amplify it. But then again, maybe they weren't expecting us to extend the game here.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
We still have a few more of the gifted subs coming in. And so if you haven't on the stream, if you click on the notification where it has the T and the gift box with the 20, make sure that your gifts are enabled. So that if you want one, if you don't want one, then you don't have to. But if you are wanting a gifted sub, make sure that that's enabled so that it can consider you for one. So I think we lose the... Ooh. We lose this, don't we? We only have 2 tokens on the left-hand side. Oh, no. We might lose this. Misty on the left to get 1 additional power. That may be the determining factor. So each token is going to be about 16. So it'd be about 32 power over there. If they trigger 2 times, that's going to be 2, 4, 6. That's going to be 12. So it'd be 26 power. Or okay, I think we're fine. I always get scared with the Spectrum bonus, but I think we're absolutely okay. And so this should get us back to positive. I think this is a pretty easy 8-cube victory, unless I'm over. Unless I'm yeah, if they have an Enchantress. Wait, Misty Knight can't die on the left-hand side. The armor. I don't know if you were trolling. Actually, I don't know if you were trolling Pilk or not, but Misty Knight couldn't die on the left-hand side because of the armor. And so we win left and right, even with the double Spectrum bonus. And so that is part of the allure of this deck, is that you can surprise them. The first like 4 turns of the game looks like it's destruction, and then all of a sudden you switch into your Patriot. They've already kind of committed to their play line. A lot of times you can get them into like a false sense of security. It may not be as consistent at pushing power as some of our other decks, but I think the potential to get 8 cubes. Oh, okay, Pilk. I don't know. I've overlooked an armor before. I thought maybe you did as well. And so we are now 4 positive cubes. Jeremiah is the one that came up with this this list, and then we have Q. Oh, I almost did the hair emoji, not the Q one. So we have Q. We have the arch rival of the stream. Trying to put an end to our positivity. I don't think he can end the positive today. You have cubes. Here comes Q. Every time we get just a little bit positive, it comes back to Q.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Hey, so I guess we still have a couple of the gifted subs hanging out. And so with Q, I think it's a little bit more unique. So like last game, the opponent didn't necessarily know that we were running a Patriot deck list.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Q does. And then, by the way, did you add 8 cubes? Yeah, so we were -4. And so with the 8 cube, it bumped us back up to +4. Yeah. So I think with Q, he knows a little bit about what we're running. He knows that we're wanting to do. Ooh, yeah, we can't magic on 5 because of Dream Dimension. That one's unfortunate. Unless it gets pulled by Grand Central. Or if this one is the Elysium, I think you're right. I don't think we necessarily still play our Misty Knight. I think we still hold our resources for now. Bar with no name is interesting. We have the hood. Do we go from that angle? I think we're gonna go ahead and play Debris for now. And then we'll see. Yeah, bar with hood is wonderful. But then we wouldn't... If we played Debris or anything... Don't Debris? I know it would put a rock over there. If we did the hood over there, then... Okay. Yeah, I know the rocks would get buffed, but we would have to go with not dropping Patriot. So just don't do anything this turn either? Are we just passing? Are we passing and hoping for the hood, the Patriot? Oh my gosh. You love the eye patch days. William Thompson, that it will be coming back. The eye patch will come back eventually. So let's do Onslaught into Dream Dimension, right? The eye patch will come back for global launch, at least for a little bit. Yeah, he gave us our chance, but we know Q runs like Leech. He could be dropping a Leech, and then at that point, now that we have Patriot, do we drop Patriot instead? We know Q really likes to run Leech, right? Central will pull hood. It might. The energy value is definitely Onslaught. But knowing Q, if he plays Leech, I'm off. should drop what, the Patriot into Grand Central? You're imagining Doc Ock into Bar? Okay, so if he does Doc Ock, we're fine. And this is the Q effect. Jeremiah, how'd you call the Doc Ock? That was fantastic. Yeah, Onslaught makes the most energy sense, but if he plays Leech, you lose pretty much anyways. Okay, because that's exactly what I would have done. Oh, it was a good call. That was a really good call, Jeremiah. And then we do have magic. We'll be able to drop on 6 to turn Bar with no name in our favor, but right now he's losing Bar with no name. Yeah, we've won that location for now. I don't think Mystique copies anything, right?
It took you long enough.
And then Okay, and John, you just got gifted. So we still have a few gifted that are floating around. I don't think Mystique copies anything, right? She'll copy Onslaught? Because that's the last card we physically played, right? But it doesn't necessarily do anything for us. So I think we hold it. I think we hold it in case they have something that they can drop here. Last cards you have played. Okay. Oh my gosh. Pixie. Put it bar with no name. Just in case. So I think we save magic if it doesn't pull here. I think we save magic as a like last resort into bar with no name just in case. What's the lore behind bar with no name? I'm not for sure. Do we don't extend the game, right? Do we extend the game? Oh my gosh. The Q impact. I don't necessarily want to extend the game. That gives him an extra turn to kind of react. We can do squirrel. Do we just do the squirrel? Oh yeah, the tokens will be here and here. Don't drop a token there. So the squirrel girl, and then we leave the rest of our energy. Oh, and then Shane, the bar with no name is the bar that all the criminals in New York go to. Oh, that's nice to know. And so are we just doing Squirrel Girl? That would be what, a 3 power here, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I think he can. We can tie here if he doesn't drop anything here. Maybe we get lucky. You have like no additional power. Yeah, we really don't. If he extends the game, I don't know. We'll let this one play out. We're just doing the Squirrel Girl. I always feel the need to use all of my energy, but I think that's just about it. Ooh, the Heimdall shift. Oh no, the magic play into bar with no name was the flavor. It's the Doc Ock Heimdall shift. Beautiful. I've wanted to try that. It's just really hard to pull off in most scenarios. And so he deserved those cubes. So now we see what he was doing. You rest in peace. Oh no, there goes our cubes. What the WTH Heimdall? Yeah, that was a good one. You doing exactly what I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, so I didn't get to catch up on all of the chat yesterday, or else maybe we could have saw it coming. Q is not a nice guy. Oh, he came in, he saw the positive cubes, and he attacked. Q, are you back in the stream yet? Oh no. Feels real bad. That's all right. Q's matches are always fun. No matter win or lose. I think we lose more often than we win, but he always comes up with a really unique kind of that element of surprise, kind of like I was saying with this deck list. Yeah, the bar was perfect for him. Almost too perfect. Oh my gosh. And so I haven't seen Q jump back in. Usually I'm able to congratulate him on stealing our cubes. Let me call my buddy Ben to wipe his account for bullying. I mean, we don't handle bullying here. So I think we go ahead and play. No, maybe we don't do a debris. Debris would get cleared in Murder World, which doesn't necessarily feel advantageous. We don't have any of our destruction tools, so maybe we do Bucky into Murder World. We get the easy trigger for the extra token there, and it still kind of keeps our cover of it being a Patriot list. And so don't worry, I'll let you know if you hate him when he rejoins the stream. Hayes, thank you, always looking out. Hayes, you and Q are friends in real life, right? There you are, Q. That that was an incredible game. The Heimdall shift was very, very much a surprise, and then the bar with no name just worked out perfectly. Jeremiah called the Doc Ock play. That was a very good game. Jeremiah, did you hack the servers to make it happen? Oh, very, very good game. Whether you hacked the servers or not, it was definitely a good game. So I think we're gonna play our rock into the right-hand side. I would not be friends with such. I'm not friends with him in real life. I would not be friends with such a mean person. I think we go ahead and play debris now. We send a couple more rocks. It starts looking like we're clogging our board, but we do have the space to drop our onslaught, our patriot, and then if we can draw into Mystique, that's going to be perfect. Cap is my friend. Gotcha. So they play a rock of their own. Ooh, this one's looking it's looking pretty rocky. So we do get magic, which gives us the upside from being able to change this location. We can drop onslaught on 6. We get an additional turn to draw into potentially into Mystique. We have a lot of rocks though. Most likely we won't. We're gonna have to rely on just the onslaught and patriot, but honestly I think that's enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap. And then Pilk. Okay, Ben messaged me, said Cube bribes him with unlimited cookies. They must be really good cookies. We've heard of second dinner, but now it's second dessert too. Dwayne Johnson took this one personally. There's rocks all over the place. This is a really rocky game, but we have some really good resources to be able to drop our tokens on the board. We have 3 tokens on the right hand side. We have 3 on the left. And then we have Mad Cookie jumping in. Hey, Kraken Noel, how's it going? I hope that you're having a great day so far. Indian, and then we had a couple of messages back and forth. Oh my gosh, we get the Mystique on top of it. That's just insult to injury. We have all of these rocks in our deck and all of these other avenues. And then Mad Cookie, I'm lurking from work. Hey, I'm glad that you have us on at work, whether you're able to pay full attention or not. I'm glad. I personally, most of the streams that I watch, I lurk in, and so I appreciate lurkers just as much as active chatters. So if you have it on in the background at work, it's still very much appreciated. I could play this. I could play this deck if I could unlock Patriot. Hopefully, you unlock it pretty soon. I'm fully avoiding work for stream. I mean that's appreciated. That's appreciated as well. And so now we have the full extent of the combo, unless they have a way to counter it, which they might. But they turn first, so we're at the very minimum going to get at least just a Patriot. So do we? Do we go middle of the ground and switch the Patriot and Mystique just in case they have the onslaught? I don't think we play that conservative. So if we do the +4, that's an extra 16. Do we reverse the Mystique and Patriot? I think it's safer that way. But if we lean all the way in for the Mystique play. Okay, they retreated. They didn't give us a chance to try it out. No, always go big. Do it for the memes. I mean, if we play it safe, we're never going to see the 60, 70 power games. And so we are now -2 after the massive loss to Q. We have to work our way back up after that. And then Kraken Null, you said new season hype, even though this one was rough. This one was a little bit rough for climbing compared to the other ones. I'm not sure how I feel about the potential of a new card or what it looks like. I haven't looked too much into like which one it's rumored to be. I have an idea, but I'm curious if that's how it gets released or not. I have a couple of ideas in mind for a build, and so that one will be out earlier than the normal 6 o'clock video release time. Is the faster I can find a good build that I feel comfortable with showcasing, I will do the video, do the editing, and hopefully have it out early. So I think we wait a turn. I think we go ahead and drop debris. Or maybe not. That makes our turn 4 kind of rough. but it gives us an extra chance to potentially draw into Bucky Barnes. Then we could play both Bucky and Carnage. You've already got a list built. You might have an idea. Yeah. I think with you, I think it probably entails your move list if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we don't have enough. We don't have enough energy to do all those. I think we'd prioritize debris here. So I made a build for the card that it probably is. I have an idea in mind for the one that it's rumored to be, but I don't think he's going to be overly impactful. I think it's probably going to be another like Nick Fury or Thor until he gets some support. Akaichu, hey, how's it going? I hope that you're having a great day so far. So I think we drop our debris, we push it into Mojo World and Negative Zone. I think we do that over the Hood play here. And then how is Clarice doing? I think she's actually outside. I may go let him in here in just a minute so that she can come in and lay in her spot. But she's doing well. So we can do... So turn 4, we can do Hood, which will hurt the Venom just a little bit. And then we can drop Venom. We'll have our Demon. We'll have our Wasp. Or would it be more beneficial here to do Carnage, actually? Carnage would end up being an 8 power play. This would end up being like a 3 power play. So I think Carnage is actually going to be better for us in this scenario. Oh no, there's a Chibi Patriot in my shop. The Chibi Patriot one, that one looks pretty sleek. Or I guess we could Carnage. We could, yeah. I think we just go with the Carnage. We may not play the Venom this game. It just depends. How many Sarah plus Onslaught plus Mystique plus Wong plus Spectrum you hit playing yesterday? Francis, are you talking to me? Because I didn't do the Wong ongoing on TLSG. I played on Sulky Hulky and I did an ongoing Wong deck list, but I don't have Mystique on that one. And so I hit a lot of Wongs plus Spectrums, and I didn't run Onslaught in it. I didn't go for an incredibly high roll. I tried to go with consistent. I climbed from 48 to 60 yesterday, but then I called it there. So we do get our Patriot. We don't have a way to extend the game, so maybe we just go ahead and lean in. We lose Negative Zone, but we lean in and we go ahead and commit to the full left-hand side. We can move the cards into New York on turn 6. Then we can drop our Onslaught and we can move these tokens over into New York. So I think I'm going to go with that. Christy, he skips a lot. Who skips a lot? It would be a good move. It would be a good move card. Move needs help. I don't know if it'd be a great move card. And so just so that everyone knows, well, I don't know. Anyone that may not want it spoiled, I'm not gonna spoil it. Just in case you are trying to keep it closed off or close. But I don't know that he's going to do great in a move deck list. I think that overloads too many like pieces, and so it's not as focused as it could be. I think he's going to be more of a hybrid card. And then Corel, are you planning on creating another account when Global launches? I don't know. If I did, it would be a couple days afterwards. Yeah, the Onslaught is probably the play.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Hey, and we still have gifted subs coming in. So yeah, if he skips, we have the Onslaught, which is going to multiply the Patriot bonus, so that we can make sure that we win the left-hand side.
Hey, welcome.
And then we move the other ones over. That should help us win New York. If they don't play anything into this location, then we win it from the Onslaught. I think this one looks pretty good. And then Corel, I was mid-thought. I don't think I'm going to create a new account right away. I don't want to feel like I'm griefing anybody that's new to the game or doesn't know the intricacies. So I think it would probably be maybe a week or two after, and it would just be for creating additional content, so that I can really angle towards those newer players. And so I think that's more of the angle I would go with. if I create one. I don't know if I'm going to or not just yet though. Oh, that one is rough. The Enchantress. Oh, we still win. Oh my gosh. What? Oh no. They forgot that it was negative zone and that was gonna hurt. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awful. Enchantress is exactly why I stopped running a Patriot deck list. Yeah, and so that's one of the reasons we typically drop Patriot on the very last turn, so on turn 7. Is because of the Enchantress plays, but in this scenario, it didn't end up working out for him. And then Stashing Neo. Any tips for when progressing collection level or collection log fast without spending all of the money? Use the gold that you do get on, as Q said, use it on mission refreshes. That helps you progress the season pass. Even if you don't buy the season pass, you get down towards after level 50, you get free chests that can give you credits, variants, and gold as well. And so refreshing gives you a little bit of extra season pass XP. And then if you don't have the time or you don't want to do the daily missions over and over again, then you can just buy out the credits outright. It's the same ratio as refreshing your missions. You just don't get the season pass bonus. And so Icebox hit our Bucky Barnes. I think we're going to drop our Hood. We do have Patriot in our starting hand, which is nice to see. Because that is, without drawing into Patriot, if that's at the bottom of our list and we can't get to it, it really hurts the deck list a lot. So depending on what we draw into, that's not what we want to see with Project Pegasus. We would have liked to have seen like a Magic or maybe an Onslaught. It's not great. I think we go ahead and play our Bucky Barnes. And we throw Demon onto the board. I don't think we even do our Patriot yet. That gives them too many turns to like save up a Rogue or save up an Enchantress and drop it late game. And so I think we just do this. It doesn't feel great. We don't get a lot of usage out of the Project Pegasus lane with the current hand that we have. He forgot to move the rock. Yeah, that one did hurt. Hey, Alexander. I'll let the notification go off before can't join the stream. Are you able to hear it? Are you able to hear me though? If I can gift the membership. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. I'm thinking we're maybe close to having just about everyone in here that has accepted being able to be gifted subs. Oh, there it goes. Did we get the notification? We didn't get the notification.
Hey, welcome.
There it
It
goes.
took you long enough.
Alexander, I'm not sure. I'm always worried when yours comes through because it's broken on you so many times, and I feel bad. But thank you so much for the gifted sub, Alex. And then Blask, how's it going? I'm glad you were able to jump in and join us. And then Mad Cookie, I know that you said you were lurking at work, but you just got gifted a sub. If you refresh, you now have access to the emojis. In case you ever are not lurking and want to utilize those. And then Friars, hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a great day. You said you're just joining in. So far we've been up and down today as far as the cubes go. We've had a really positive start. We had Todd English gift some memberships at the start of the stream. We had Pilk, who's been trolling the text-to-speech bot, which is always hilarious. We had Alexander, who gifted a membership as well. And then as far as our cubes go, we've been up and down. We gained a couple of 8 cubes wins. We lost an 8 cube to Q not too long ago, which was heartbreaking. But overall, it's been a good stream so far. and then Revarc, I'm totally not addicted to emojis. And as we get more members, the thing that I've been enjoying with YouTube is as we get more members, I'm able to add more. And so I'm continually trying to tweak them and find funny ways to add more in. That is a sad Venom. Yeah, it's a very sad Venom. The 0 power Venoms are always a little bit on the sad side. So I'm considering dropping our Patriot this turn. And I might even drop him over into the far right-hand side. That way we can do Onslaught. Even if we get a magic next turn, it doesn't do us a lot of good. So I think we do Misty, Squirrel Girl, Patriot on the far right. I think we give up Jotunheim. We try to push for the middle location in the far left. Doesn't feel incredibly great, but the Onslaught will at least get us positive in Jotunheim. And then our Patriot will buff up all of the tokens that we have. We have 3 in mid, 2 in left-hand side, and then Onslaught is going to multiply that as well. So now we can do the Onslaught, which will get us back to positive. If they don't play any resources there, they end up losing that one. And then we still have, it looks like a few more gifted subs that are coming through. I'm wondering if the notification will come through. And so then I think it was Corel that said, would Deathlock be better than Venom? In a lot of scenarios, yeah. I think Deathlock would be a higher power push than Venom in several scenarios.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
And then that's not a new gifted, right? I didn't. Okay, no, that's still just the 20 coming in.
It took you long enough.
I think we lose this one. They have the flexibility of Captain Marvel.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Yeah, we might want to sub out Venom. The high roll isn't as high, but it is a bit more consistent. Yeah, I think Venom only really does well in locations like Nidavellir, cloning vats, and then sometimes we may end up, dropping it and eating some of our higher cards. But I think you're right. I think Deathlock's going to be a little bit higher. I think if we had 5 power here, it'd be an entirely different game. An added 5 power is going to be huge in the determining factor for this game. I think we lose this one. We'll go ahead and let it play out for 4 cubes. That's okay if we go negative. But we will see. So there's the Enchantress. That's unfortunate. That is a lot of Enchantresses today. A lot of Enchantresses today. Oh my gosh. Wakeless Sleeper, how's it going? I hope that you're having a great day so far. And then Snug, I see that you found your emojis from the gifted sub. I hope that you enjoy them while you have them. And then once it runs out, if you enjoy the live streams, the content, consider re-upping the subscription. If not, then I completely understand as well. Not everyone is in a place where they can do that. As long as you're enjoying the content, that is enough for me. So let's go ahead and sub out the Deathlock. I don't think that would have made a difference in that game because of the Enchantress, but I think we're gonna sub it out overall anyways. And then I'm sure the first game after we sub it out, we're gonna find Nidavellir, we're gonna find cloning vats, something that is going to make it worthwhile where we should have had our Venom. There's our Deathlock. So we'll run that. We'll do that a couple more times. We have a little bit more time to try and get positive again. This deck list, it has a lot of like high roll games. If you're running into a lot of Enchantresses, then it's probably best to pivot away into something that doesn't rely on ongoing ability. But it really takes reading what the current meta looks like, and I'm sure featuring the video this morning doesn't help any. So let's go with the hood into the left lane. That gives us our token, and then we can see what else we draw into. And I didn't update the deck list. Just imagine the green Venom on the deck list as a Deathlock. Oh yeah, I forgot. We can try Angel out as well. I'll switch that one out for Misty Knight next turn. And then the Mysterio clone buffs Bishop. Yep, every single one of the Mysterio tokens counts as a card played in terms of the Bishop bonus or even triggering Angela. Enchantress is the bane of my existence. Yeah, the Enchantress definitely hurts. The hood into Kamartaj would have been really, really nice to get an additional demon. I think we hold for this turn. We do have some of our good pieces. We just need to draw into Patriot, and then we have pretty much our late game combo. Krispy Kreme, hey, how's it going? Oh, okay, we can magic that location, so that's fine. But I do think maybe we go ahead and throw one of these onto the board. Let's throw a demon over there. That's going to be our target for magic on Magic on turn 5. If we can draw into either Deathlock or Carnage here, that'll be great at swinging and changing this location. If not, then I think we just have to go with pushing some of our tokens over there late game, so something like a Misty Knight or a Wasp. Okay, never mind. I'm guessing they didn't like the Mindscape location that came up. Maybe they didn't like their card draw. We had a really good hand, but we don't get to see it play all the way out. That does get us, we'll take one cube. We'll take 1 cube victories. We are chipping away at that negative lead. Oh, wait, can I stop it before it connects? Maybe. We don't know. I'm going to try out subbing Misty Knight for Angel, and I don't know how consistent this is going to be. So the idea behind the Angel is that we have the early game destruction. It helps kind of give the persona that we are running a destruction deck. Oh, and you guys can't see it. So I'll just go ahead and jump in. It gives the persona that we're running a destruction deck. It kind of helps thin our deck just a little bit on the games that it triggers. And so that may help us draw into our combo pieces early. But of course, when we start it with it in hand, it does not end up helping us. Yeah, Chauncey. So then that's going to be the potential downside. And I'm curious if that potential downside negates the potential upside from like thinning out our deck and giving those additional pieces. And so it's just something I'm testing out. I think most likely Misty Knight's going to be a little bit better. But I am curious, since we're already subbing out the Venom for Deathlock, I figured we'd go ahead and try it. And then Chauncey, yeah, you said you love Rogue. Rogue is probably one of my favorite cards in an ongoing heavy meta that runs like Ronin or Iron Man. Rogue is huge, and then you can always use Mystique to copy the Rogue's ability that you stole. That creates so many crazy swings. I really like Rogue's card design, and I don't see, unless they really put a handle on like mitigating the overall power of ongoing abilities. I feel like she's always going to have a strong place in the meta. So we're going to go ahead and do Deathlock. We are going to be able to drop Onslaught. I mean, we could drop it on 5, but that's going to be our magic play. We do need to draw into Squirrel Girl to push power into the Sanctum Sanctorum. Oh, that one's rough. That was just mean. So they're running an ongoing list that... Oh, no. This is gonna be rough. So we can't play Magic over here now. The Rogue play. Oh, I know. I think it was game 4. The Rogue play in the video today was unbelievable. I was speechless, and it makes sense. Maybe if they had read that we had the Patriot, it could have been like a Hail Mary. But it was incredible for them to pre-drop it. And it was game changing. So I think we go ahead and drop our Hood Carnage. That is going to make us have some spacing constraints here. But I think they put us in a really tough bind. We're going to have to drop Squirrel Girl in the far right lane anyways. So it's just overall, it's a really tough position. Okay, maybe not. Oh, really? What? I mean, that's more ideal. We can now change this one. We can do Onslaught, Patriot, and Mystique if we needed to.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Oh, and we still have some gifted subs coming in. Todd English, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It seems like they're trickling in today. Sometimes they come through all at once. It looks like today is one of those that it trickles through.
Hey, welcome. It took you long enough.
Oh, and then we get the bots. I'm gonna put them in timeout real fast. I'll go through and I'll ban them here in a second. And then Hayes, who did you sub out? We subbed out Venom for Deathlock, and then we subbed out Misty Knight for Angel. Which right now we need a token over here because we're not going to get any kind of buffs in this location. My drawback or hesitation is that if we do the Onslaught, the Patriot, the Mystique here, we're not going to have any space to play any other tokens. So this becomes a pretty weak lane overall. Wait, did I say Quicksilver? Or maybe they played some Quicksilver. I don't know. Yeah, but you don't have tokens, so Patriot isn't the optimal playline. We have Squirrel Girl. She can come in and save the day. And then Onslaught is 5 power. Well, not anymore. We're only going to have one. We're only going to have one token, though. And so I think no matter what we push over into the left-hand side... Did you say MVP Squirrel Girl? Yeah, but we still don't have any tokens here, which becomes the issue. We lose this lane. I don't know that we necessarily need the Patriot. And I don't know that it would be better to hold or do Demon either. But what if he drops Professor X? Yeah, at first I was thinking this was an ongoing list, but then the Hulk and the Juggernaut, I don't know what they're running. Play Squirrel Girl last for a surprise? Like very last? It's too late. It's too late. I don't think we have enough time to change it. Okay, so they have the Sunspot that we'll be able to buff up over time. That's kind of a weak turn 6 play, but it will be able to absorb some power here. I think instead of the token, I think we go with the Demon. Because we don't necessarily need to buff Squirrel Girl unless they have something that just pushes power out wide, which they might. Yeah, Juggernaut would have pushed the Carnage over to Sanctum Sanctorum, but we didn't get lucky on that regard. So the Patriot doesn't buff anything in the right-hand side. If we have a chance to win this one, it's Demon. So if they go with like the pass and they try to overcome our power, Demon is at least going to it would put us winning by 1. I think honestly we probably lose, but we can give it a shot. We're already negative. We might as well see one more cube. One additional cube's not going to make a huge difference in the grand scheme of things. And then I think I saw the chat a little bit earlier, and I may have missed it, but somebody asked what the new card, what we thought the new card was going to be, and I'm not sure that everyone in the chat necessarily wants to know. Some people like to keep it a surprise, but there has been, I think it's Marvel Snap Zone. There was a post about what the potential card would be. Okay, and so they go Rogue, which steals our Onslaught, which doesn't do it for him, right? That's not enough to do it for him. We tricked him with the Onslaught. What are the chances? Had he had anything that was more than a 1-to-1 ratio of power, he could have won. Oh my gosh. As Binks would say, big brain play. Every time I think of Binks and the big brain, I think of his Cerebro lists, because it's something that I struggle with. Cerebro is just like as a build. And then Ultron Patriot seems cool. But you have to. It's such an expensive resource that it's hard to. Then you have to pre-drop your Patriot or Mystique, so it becomes a lot tougher to not be able to be countered. I love how he enchanters his own stolen effect. Yeah, he could have reversed it, but I guess the Onslaught, it didn't really do a lot for him regardless. And so we are back positive again. Actually, is that just negative? That's just that's positive 1, right? Or is that 0? I don't know if it's positive 1 or positive 2. And then Jeprox, hey, how's it going? Thank you for jumping in and joining us. I hope that you're having a great start to your week so far, and I hope you had a great weekend. And then Schmitty, hey, how's it going? We haven't seen you for a little while. I'm glad that you were able to jump in and join us today. And then the Enchantress over the Rogue. All right, and so we have the Angel in hand just again. -1 up to 1. Okay. I thought so, and then the more I thought about it, I thought it was. I thought I was wrong, but so we are positive 1. So he snapped right off the gate. We don't have a terrible hand. We can go ahead and throw Angel down. Yeah, Angel feels bad. I think I agree, and it's a super small sample size, but I tend to agree. What? So they ended up we dropped magic, so so we can't. I'm confused by the. Oh, gotcha. Angel is the new Quicksilver. Yeah. They changed his effect. I'm confused by his turn 1 snap though. So they lost their Destroyer. We lost Magic, which, I mean, that hurts. But Destroyer and a Destroyer list, usually that is their biggest power push. So maybe we can get them to retreat. I'm going to go ahead and snap back. We don't have a great hand. I'm just hoping that they're deflated enough that they retreat here. We have Patriot and Mystique at the very least that we can drop on 6. Okay, yeah. We get them to, we push the advantage. I don't know that we would have won overall. But dropping a Destroyer from a Destroyer list always feels really, really bad, because that is usually one of your like 2 big power plays, and so we might as well have leaned in. We will take the Sokovia upsides. We will take those every single time. Yeah, they must have had the exact like draw line that they wanted until Sokovia came in and ruined it. No Q again. Oh, now that we're positive, that is Q's time to shine. He is queued up. He's ready to go. Yeah, Jeremiah. I don't necessarily disagree with his decision to turn 1 snap at all. I think if he had the perfect play line, I would have turned 1 snapped as well. It was just unfortunate for him that it ended up discarding like one of his big power plays. But I think the actual snap itself was probably found. I think the decision for it was probably okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot to switch Angel out. Angel is consistent at being in our starting hand at least. Makes you wonder how a Destroyer Hella deck would work. I think it'd be very scary. I think it would be very, very scary to do that. Because you typically need something like Armor or Professor X or a Cosmo to stop Destroyer from triggering. I feel like it would be a gamble, whether you get that upside or not. So I think we start playing our rocks here. Talk about the Hella Casino. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then yeah, zero into Destroyer could work. You would have to pre-drop it on turn 5, and so you would need some strong 4-drops to go along with it, but I mean, it could work. I think we play our debris into the far left side. Maybe we can get them to cap this location out. And we have several tokens on the board already. Better to use a strong big boy card, yeah. Oh my gosh, all of these rocks. So I'm gonna go with a rock. We'll leave Necrotia a space open for like a magic play. Because I'm pretty sure that we're not gonna get our entire draw combo. We would have to get very, very lucky with the draw order. It would have to be Onslaught next turn, and then Mystique on turn 6, and then the Patriot on turn 7. So very, very unlikely that we draw into it. We just have to hope for Patriot now, I guess. There's so many rocks. Oh, and then they cap out the rest of their hand? What a strange game. Oh my gosh. All of the rocks. So let's go with a magic play into Necrotia. Or do we go... Or do we change Monster Metropolis? We take 3 of their power away from their Thor. We add 3 power on our side, so it's like a 6 power swing. If we draw into Patriot, that's going to be great. If not, maybe we can draw into Carnage, which would potentially give us an upside in Necrotia. I think we're going to play Magic into Monster Metropolis instead. I don't think there's any scenario where we have the highest power card in Monster Metropolis, so at least that'll take some of their downside away. And then Jane Foster comes in to buff up their Thor even further. Oh, this one's looking like a tough win, guys. And then Toby, hey TLSG, how's it going? I had to stop my rank push for the night to save my sanity. Yeah, there's certain times where like you might just be trying to push really, really hard, and you just like hit a wall. I've been there several times where it feels like even the 4 and 8 cube wins are unsatisfying, and at that point I know that I need to kind of step away and take a break. So I'm glad that you were able to identify that. What rank did you end up at for today? So we did draw into Carnage, so we do clear up that space. Oh, well, this is a hard retreat. Unfortunately, had we drawn into Patriot, we would have got quite a bit of upside, but we did not. Yeah, it was a bad location, bad draw, which is going to happen. Subterranea creates some crazy things. Just shy of 70, so it looks like starting at 40 next season. That's not terrible. On Sulky Hulky, I stopped yesterday at 60 because I was pushing and I got to a point where I was gaining 4 cubes, losing 4 cubes, and it was just kind of a stalemate. So I just decided to call it at 60 for this season. And so before I jump into the next queue, I'm going to do just a couple more games. But before I jump into it, I'm going to go let the dogs in. They're outside barking, and then maybe Clarice will take her spot behind us. But I will be right back, guys. We have the puppy stream. Came straight in, went straight to her spot. Okay, so let's do a couple more. I want to see if we can get maybe an 8 cube game or 2. Maybe we can end the stream incredibly positive. So the power of this deck list is that it has the potential to. I'll scoot over a little bit. It has the potential to really swing some really high cubes because of that element of surprise. And so hopefully we can get one of those in here as well. Gabriel, you're Sulky Hulky. I might have played against you a long time ago. Yeah, Gabriel. So Sulky Hulky is my free-to-play account. And so, yeah. If you run into Sulky Hulky, that's me. That's me either recording a video. I do 1 video a week for Sulky Hulky, just for a like pull 1, pull 2 focused build with just 1 pull 3 card mixed in. And then if you see me outside of that, I might be trying to grind or just complete some quests. Oh, the angel, you're right. Always feels bad. I'll remove it next time, I promise. And then Jiprox, I'm stuck at 75 as well, going on 77 and dropping to 74. Just can't get the right timing to retreat sometimes. Yeah, and then sometimes my hubris takes over and I'm like, they don't have it. They don't have it. And then I end up losing like a 4 cube that could have been a 1 cube loss had I retreated. And those are the ones that I feel the worst about. Not retreating whenever I have a clear path for the retreat. So we're gonna drop our Deathlock that will clear some of the non-tokens in this lane. We don't get any upside from destroying them other than the space. We do have Onslaught and Patriot this game, so if we can draw into Mystique, then we can actually do Onslaught on 5, Patriot and Mystique on 6, which would give us a decent amount of upside here. Gotta love how the Angel appeared on turn 2, just to give us a little bit of hope. It didn't start in our hand this time, but it's still there. So we do draw into our Mystique. Oh, their Maximus gives us a pretty good upside. And so next turn, we're going to be dropping our Onslaught. We're not going to really have any. We're not really going to have any additional like turns. I think we have to rely on the double 16. How many cards are still in the deck list? 3. So there's a 33% chance we draw Magic. And if so, then we can most likely get our Carnage. We can destroy the Hood and Bucky Barnes. I think we go ahead and play Hood. That's only a -1 power impact to this lane, so if we don't draw into Magic, I think it's okay. If we do, Then we can extend the game. We can potentially do a... No? No. We'll hold the hood. We'll just do Bucky Barnes just to have the extra power on the board, and then we'll see what we draw into. They do have Mysterio, so that they get a 5 power play somewhere. We don't necessarily know where. They have drawn into 3 rocks, and so we do get magic. I think we changed the far right lane. Yeah, what a top deck. It was 1 out of 3, so now we are going to be able to draw into our entire deck list. We don't have another good 1 power card. So we should have, oh my gosh. We should have dropped Hood last turn. Because next time we're going to be able to do Onslaught. Ooh, the bots are back. So whenever I do the extended live stream, I'm definitely going to have to set it to subscriber mode. Not member mode, but subscriber. That way that it could kind of persuade the bots to not join us like that. So we could do Magic here. Next turn we can do Onslaught and Hood. On 7 we can do Patriot, Mystique, and the Demon token. I think that's going to be our play. Hey, Alexander, is stream close to the end? Yeah, so we are a little bit over an hour, but I did want to give it a couple more games because we're only +2, but I feel like this deck has the potential to do a lot better than that. We can win this lane, even if this is the real Mysterio. We can win this one. But well, I'm glad that you were able to jump back in, Alexander. So I don't. Yeah, we can still win mid. We can still win the left-hand side as well. We have a Wasp. You're gonna really have to beef that squirrel up. He is going to be a huge squirrel. I don't think we do the Hood anymore. We were just going to do the Hood because we had the extra space and we had the flexibility to drop our 6-cost cards somewhere. But next turn we're going to want to do a Patriot and Mystique, or a Mystique and a Patriot here. And so it would hurt us more than it would help us because we are going to have the Wasp that we can drop here already. And so we're just going to do the Onslaught this turn. We're going to sneak away Xandar as long as they don't have like a Cosmo in mid, on the right hand side. Okay, so we know that they're not going to be able to come up over our power level here at the very least. Yeah, and then the work calls take forever. So no, I completely understand. Luckily I've been able to step away for just a moment. And be able to focus on the stream, but otherwise it's been a really kind of crazy or hectic day. So we have 2 tokens on the far left hand side. That's going to be like 32 power push here. It's going to be a 16, like an 18 to 20 power push in mid. I think this one's a pretty easy win. We should get a pretty easy 4 cubes out of it. And then specs. By the way, to those out there, I believe you can save completed daily quests and not claim them, and then claim them once the new week and season pass. Yep, you should be able to do it that way. Yep, so you hold several. You want to make sure, yeah, as Q said, you want to make sure that you have 2 slots open for the refresh so you don't miss any of your new missions. But you can hold 4 and not lose anything as long as you've completed this week's mission. And so that is a 4 cube win. Let's go ahead and do one more. Let's see if we can get a good like streak going. Why didn't they play on the last turn? You know, I don't know. Maybe they drew into Infinite. I don't know. Maybe it could be a Dracula Infinite deck, but that also seems kind of strange. Todd English, we have the one more. I do want to work on the visibility. Oh, wait. So I tried to do it on mine, and it said it was an invalid emoji. The one that you just did, Jeremiah, told me it was an invalid emoji. Maybe I need to refresh my stream. I want to work on the visibility of the one more to make it stand out a little bit easier. Yeah, it's one more. It's kind of small. I want to make the lettering a little bit bigger, make it stand out a little bit more. It is hard to work within like that small emoji confines, but I need to join as a channel member, I guess. I can't play my own emojis. And so we are going to do one more. We're going to do one more, see if we can get to a little bit further positive. Oh my gosh. One of these days, I will remember to remove the angel. he's the newfound Quicksilver. That's been every single game except for one. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna play Hood into Kamartaj. That'll give us 2 demon tokens. I have to remove Angel after this. Oh, he has definitely not helped thin our deck at all. Ooh, and then we have Raft, so we can actually flood this location if we want to. We don't have Venom, so we're not gonna be able to eat the lane, but we can throw some really strong. Don't remove the meme card. I mean, we've been climbing. We've been gaining cubes ever since we had Angel. I don't know if he's like just watching over us, giving us good RNG, but we have been on a win streak since we had Angel in the deck list. They need to change his effect so he stays in the deck until a card is destroyed. I don't know. I think that'd be really, really strong. I think everyone would start running him, especially in like either full destruction deck or kind of mid-range destruction decks as well. And so I think that'd be really, really strong. I don't know exactly how they fix it, or if they even need to fix it. I know that when he works incredibly well. It's just on the times where he doesn't is where it feels bad. And so, this been a Venom, this would have been one of the times where Venom would have been our top deck. We could do something like this and this, but we're not going to be able to do it that way. Do we need to rush to fill up this location, or do we have an extra turn to wait? I want to be the one that gets the only free 6 cost card, but at the same time, I don't want to kind of, I don't know, hurt myself by flooding. It's because if we flooded, we'd have to push like a Bucky Barnes there, and then you can't destroy it. You can't turn it into a token. I think we're gonna wait. Alexander, hey, I need to go. Have a great rest of the day. We'll catch up on the YouTube later. And thank you so much for the gifted sub and for being here intermittently during your work calls. I know that's pretty tough. Oh, Snug, you're right. So playing Bucky Barnes on the left-hand side, Deathlock is going to trigger twice, unless we drop it after our magic, but that becomes really difficult. It's a very good call, though. Yeah, that's a good call, Snug. So we can eat twice with Carnage, but that still feels pretty bad. Carnage makes it less bad, at least. Mid on, or magic on next turn. Whoa, Ash! Whoa! Whoa! Calm down, Ash. It's fine. Everything is fine. Yeah, we can do magic on the raft next turn. The Carnage does feel a little bit bad, but I think magic here. I think will be our best bet to get a free 6 cost card. Maybe it'll be a really strong effect. And then Haze XL, I'm sure you've mentioned it before, or maybe you don't like talking about it, but what do you do for work? So I work in data analytics for an HR department. And so I do a lot of like our retention, our applicant tracking system, and then like the back end project. So I work closely between IT and our leadership to kind of relay harder to interpret data to the leaders so that they can quickly look at it, assess, and make decisions off of it. So we are going to go with magic in mid. We do have Patriot Mystique. We get a Chavez, which that's not terrible. An Onslaught would have been phenomenal. That would have been great. He talks to the engineers so people don't have to. Yeah, it's essentially, I talk to the IT department, and I work as that bridge. So, I know that we do our Patriot and Mystique. But outside of that, do we do the Chavez in negative zone and then Wasp here? It's going to be I think we do. Do we snap back? I know that Ash is already mad at us. They're pretty salty. If Ash was a viewer before, I don't think they are after this, because I've been taking a long time to play here. What happens when it copies Patriot twice? So it'll only do once. It only has the on reveal until it triggers for an ongoing, and then it switches to an ongoing card instead. Oh, this is not the final turn? Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. This probably needs to be our last game. Thank you. Thank you, Warren. This is definitely not our last turn. So in that case, do we do a Deathlock and a Chavez? Or do we go ahead and play these cards and hope for an Onslaught on the next one? I think this is our play. I think we do this, we do the Patriot, Mystique, and then the token here. Let's snap back at him. Snug. So I don't know if you're we're really asking the question or not, but she got added to the deck list. So the middle location was Raft, and so she was a free 6-cost card. And then Chauncey, don't show your hand. With your luck and Enchantress will drop. Absolutely. And so I think because, ooh, they could have, oh my gosh, they could have changed the middle location on us. They could have changed Limbo and won the game right there. That was very lucky. So we lose Kamartaj. Yeah, they definitely misplayed. The play on the right was definitely the misplay. They have one card. Yeah, he would have won. He would have won. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad because he's already so salty at us. But we lose Kamartaj. There's no way that we win Kamartaj. Let's go ahead and do the Squirrel Girl, which will fill up this location with the token. We do the Patriot Mystique. I think that should, depending on what they drew into for the last turn. Don't feel bad, he misplayed. He might still come up with the win, because we do have some power push. It's only going to be an 8 power push in Limbo. So if he plays here, he still could win. I think he actually does still win, because he'll play his card. It will trigger the Strong Guy buff, which is going to be 6 power. At that point, we only have a very small lead. You're expecting him to Shang-Chi? I guess we'll see. We'll see. This will determine. He might even rogue on the left lane. But he can't rogue on the left lane. Don't scare me like that. So we'll see where he plays. Oh, so so it's a bishop, right? Because he only had one card in hand. So the 5 power, does that do it for him in Limbo? Yeah, oh no, he beats us by 4. Beats us by 4 in the middle location. The Mysterio was a pretty big power play. Plus with Strong Guy being there, had we had one more token, had this been the Misty Knight, that would have done it for us. The Angel's run has come to an end. Yeah, it's time to remove Angel. Oh yeah, that one feels bad. The Angel loses. We would have had just enough power to overcome had we had Misty Knight instead. Of course, it would have. You seem so negative today. I'm sorry. It's just like it's a Monday. You know, I guess I got the Monday blues. We are negative cubes, but positive in spirit. So this is going to be the last stream before the new card releases. So tomorrow's will be over whatever the new card is. I have a couple of ideas in mind for what it's rumored to be, but we'll see if that's exactly what comes out. Last month it is. Last month, the card that was rumored with Nick Fury was the card that it ended up being. So I'm gonna go ahead and end on we're gonna play one more. We were gonna end on a negative streak. We're gonna play one more. Now that we have Misty Knight back in, we want to go positive. No matter what, win or lose, this is our last one. I promise. I'd use it too often. It had to eventually be an emote. So Muir Island, if we draw into some of our cards that we can flood. Don't promise, I don't want. We want to keep going. Win or lose. Oh my gosh, the bots. So we'll put them in timeout again. I hope the next card will be powerful. I hope so. I don't, from what we think it is, I don't think it's going to be a huge card. I don't think it's going to be a huge card, but I think maybe it'll have a little bit more versatility than Nick Fury, because it's not rumored to be a really high cost card. So should we play our Carnage outright into Asgard just to start pushing a little bit of power there? Or do we play into Muir Island? I want the extra draw from Asgard. We always have Deathlock that can take this lane later. Calum, I'm not sure if it was confirmed or not. I know that since it hasn't been released, I know that they've been data mining, but I don't know how official any of that is. And so until it actually releases, I don't know. Until it actually releases, we'll treat it kind of as a rumor. I'm fond of the idea of the pass cards being either tech cards or silly cards, but not build around. Snug, I do like that it doesn't. And then the emoji. I do like the fact that it doesn't feel like it really forces you to buy the pass. So like last month, I don't think anybody was just incredibly upset if they couldn't buy the season pass and they missed out on Nick Fury. It's nice to have, it's nice to build around, it's fun to have the additional card, but it's not like meta defining either. Aren't you snapping so you won't scare the opponent with his hand? Well, I wasn't incredibly confident in my hand until now anyways. And so I held Misty Knight so that we could not tell them we were running a Patriot list. I'm really afraid of the Enchantresses now. Like I think I'm gonna have flashbacks until that's no longer a thing. So they played Maximus in Asgard, so they'll get the +2 draw, but we also got +2 as well from it. So the draw actually evens out. We'll both be able to go all the way through our list. I think we do our Deathlock mid. We cleared that one up a little bit. Yeah, the Enchantress is brutal. I'm really afraid of Enchantress here. We'll go ahead and snap though. We did get the extra 2, so that means we have a reasonable shot of drawing into some of our resources. Do we go? We almost may need to go ahead and start playing and showing our hand. If we play Misty Knight into the left, if we play Wasp, that will get bonuses from Muir Island. When they play Rock Slide, which adds rocks to our list, Magic is going to be the most amazing top deck here that we could ask for. That would be our only. That's a 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6. Oh my gosh. So we can do Magic. No, I think we Magic one of these other locations. I think we Magic either far right or far left. We're not going to get a huge amount of upside from Muir Island, so I think we Magic the left-hand side. Change that one because we're not going to push our resources or tokens there until the very last turn. And then turn 6, we can do Onslaught mid because this one's going to be hard to overcome. And then I think we win left and right. Oh my gosh. What are the chances? So they send us a hood, which isn't a token. It's not great, but it's okay. Good thing we don't need to draw into our cards anymore. I'm glad we have all of them and we weren't relying on that draw potential. But now we need to figure out where we drop that one. Or actually, no, we don't drop it at all, do we? We don't need to. We can do... Yeah, let's not drop it on the board. Let's do Onslaught. Next turn we do Mystique and then Patriot. And then on the last turn we do Wasp and Misty Knight. I guess we can play the Widow's Bite into the far right. But we don't necessarily need to. Drawing into the additional resources, we already have the Squirrel Girl out on the board. The only other thing we would draw into would be the Hood, which we're not going to be able to play anyways. I have a feeling I'm going to run Viper in so many decks that decks that don't warrant it, just for the memes. I like Viper as a card. It is a little bit hard because you are sending them power, you know, over that way. Oh, you could just draw a rock. Gotcha. But we have the Misty Knight, so we only have the one additional energy, which would go to Misty Knight instead. So the Hobgoblin would have felt really bad over here, but luckily they didn't end up doing that. I don't know that we win this one, actually. We have 2 tokens here already. I think we need 2 tokens here. So when we do this, that's going to be 32 power. I think we need at least the strong one here, which is going to be 32 power on the right-hand side. Their snap suggests an Enchantress. It might. It might. Running a junk deck, Enchantress feels weird, right? If he Enchantresses or Rogue, it's probably lost. So inverting the Mystique in the Patriot, would that give us enough power, though? So doing that would be 4 power, so it'd be 8, which would push us to 15. And then it'd be another 9. It'd push us over here. 8, 16 would push us over here. Do we play it safe, and do we flip it? You run Enchantress in your junk deck? No, you have to do it the other way if you want to win. What, this way? The original way? Are we going to high roll it? Mysterio may be another way to push tokens onto the board. We'll see if we end positive or not. Oh, it's just the one Chark. It is the Enchantress. Oh no, the other way would have won. Yeah, that makes Mystique whip. So had we flipped it? Hey Poria, thank you for jumping in and joining us. Had we flipped it? Oh my gosh. Had we flipped it, Patriot would have triggered first, and then Mystique would have copied Patriot, which would have given us the advantage in Limbo. And then I guess we tied here. It would have given us a little bit of power, an extra power here. What, another 4? So we would have lost this one by 2. We would have won this one. I don't know. It would have been really, really close to... Oh my gosh. That is a -10 stream. That is where... that is where we're going to end it. We have ran into so many Enchantresses today. Yeah, they immediately snapped when they saw Onslaught. And so we should have taken that at that face value and flipped it. I think that would have been our best possible chance to win here. Oh my gosh. Otherwise it was very fun. Otherwise didn't win though. You would have exactly tied. No, you would have won. Okay. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys so much. We may have been negative in cubes, but we are positive in spirit. Tomorrow we will have the brand new season, the brand new card that we are going to build around. And then later in the week, I actually want to do a stream draft where there's a website that will let you guys key in inputs for a deck draft. And so it'll give you 3 random Marvel Snap cards. You guys will be able to vote on which ones you want me to add into my deck, and we'll do a full deck of 12 like that and see how many runs I can go. But I think that'll probably be Thursday or Friday, depending on how impactful the featured location is. Anyways, guys, I hope that your day has started well. I hope that you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining me for this extended lunch live stream. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you either in tomorrow's video or on tomorrow's stream. Later, guys.